Hi, today in this video we show you how to create this super cute and beautiful paper rose. This rose is made of mulberry paper, but you can use any kind of paper you prefer. I like to create the paper roses in mulberry papers because this kind of paper seems like a fabric, so they are so peculiar. So let's get started to create this super beautiful and easy paper rose. You will need, in order to create the paper rose, the template that I will provide. You will find my template on my blog. And you will need some mulberry paper or paper cardstock. The important thing is that the paper is not too thick, because when you cut your pieces you will need an A4 paper or something similar. I took a piece of mulberry paper and cut my five pieces. I put my template on my paper and cut with a pair of scissors 5 different pieces. Now we will create the 5 different pieces of our rose. Okay, you will need to put the template on your paper, and with a pair of scissors you will cut around your template in this way. If you are not sure of your finger, better to use a peg in this way, in order to have a sort of stable template, and you can put it in the other part. So your template will stay on your paper without any problem, and you will cut easily around. Okay, voila, and our last petal. Voila. So now we will need 5 of these. I cut them before. Here are my 4 more pieces. So they are 5. Now you have your 5 different pieces, and now we will start to create our rose. In order to create your rose, you will need a skewer like this one, because we will need to glue around the skewer our paper rose. Okay, now we will start to create the petals and the different part of the rose. Sorry, my rose doesn't want to stay away from the camera. So now we will need to do in this way. One, we will need to cut here. Another one, we will need to cut 1 petal away, and we will need to have 4. We need to have this kind of form. So now we will need to cut from another piece this kind of form. You will cut 2 petals together, like a sort of paper art, and we will have 3 petals together in this way. I refine my 3 petals here. So we will have 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 petals together, 5 but with this cut, and then 2 different pieces with the 5 petals together. This will stay in this way. Now with the pencil, or in my case a brush, we will need to round in this way our petal, and you can do this also with a paper, normal paper, cardstock, and other kind of paper. Okay, now we will need to round the border of our petal. So this is one reason why I prefer mulberry paper, because it's quite easy to use it. You can use also, in order to create this paper rose, you can use the foamy or other things, other material, maybe some felt also. You can use this type of idea in order to create a rose made in felt. So here are our finished pieces. Now we need to glue them with some tacky glue, and we will glue this part together. These two will remain in this way. This we need to glue together these 2 petals. Voila. Now we need to glue together these 2 with some tacky glue. Okay, and then leave it to dry. Voila. We will have this as a result. Now we will need to glue together these 2 parts. Okay, voila. And leave it to dry. So now we will have these 3, 4, 5 and the 5 in that way. Now with these 3 parts we will create our rose. I suggest that you use some paper here in order to create this inside, so you will have also inside the paper, and you can see the skewer. So we will need to do in this way. Now put some tacky glue, and then we will need to do here in this way. Voila. It can be perfect. It doesn't need to be perfect. You will need only to have a piece of paper and to cover the bottom of the skewer. So voila, here the result. Now with 1 petal we will glue this petal around in this way. So we are creating our center. Okay. And then press down the two parts. Voila. Okay. We will have this kind of creation. Now we will need to glue all the other parts in this way. You will need to put this around this part here. So, and then we will need to put the other single petal around here. Voila. In this way. I hope you will be able to see the entire process in an easy way. Okay, now we will need to glue this part. So in order to do this, we will need to cut the bottom, a little piece, in order to have this kind of situation. And then we will insert our petals and we will glue them around the other. So add some glue. Voila. Voila. Here our paper rose that is taking form. Now the same here, we will need to cut a piece of the bottom in order to have this situation. Voila. And you can glue this part in this way. So here, now take your glue, put it around, and then glue your petals to the other part. Okay, leave it to dry. Now we will start to cut the other pieces to create our hole in order to glue this final petals. You will need to create this hole with your scissors. The same in this part. Voila. And the same here. Okay, now we will glue before the other two parts, two final petals. These we will start from the bottom here, some glue, and then in this way, and we will glue here our rose. Now we will need to put other glue here. Voila. Voila. The rose is taking form. It's quite nice. And we have to glue the last petals. If you want, you can add more petals, but I prefer in this way. For me it's quite nice in this way. And if you want to use, in this case, you can use your paper rose and put your paper roses in a vase or in another place, because you have the skewer. But if you want, you don't need the skewer, you can cut the skewer with something like this, and you can cut it, and then you can have only your rose in order to stay, to put it on a table or wherever you prefer. So here are our paper roses. I think they are quite wonderful, and you can gift them to your friends and family. So I hope you will enjoy this video. Please subscribe to my channel, like my video, and see you next time with another paper creation. Bye bye.